Knowledge live with Calvin and Drew.
Yo.
We're going to be discussing some discussions. We're going to be starting with World War One, and playing some chess in the meantime.
Yeah.
Trying. See how it goes. But so who were the people that were associated with World War One? What were the teams?
The teams? Okay, you had the Central Powers, which were primarily the Ottoman Empire, the German Empire, and I'm blanking actually.
You can
Austrian-Hungarian Empire also. Don't mind me, I'm just getting some kafifi. Where's the other cup?
over there, the other cup. So where's my other cup? Oh, it's in there. It's in there. It's behind all the pots and stuff.
Behind all the pots and stuff.
No.
No. Wait. Alright, so I believe it was the German Empire, the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, and the Ottoman Empire. Those were known as
The Central Powers.
Central Powers. And then you had the Allied Powers, which composed of Britain, United Kingdom, right? Great Britain, France.
Great Britain.
Yeah, Great Britain.
France.
And Russia, the Russian Empire.
Okay.
And the United States joined
Late.
yeah, like the last year.
He said, "Let me get a lick in."
Yeah, pretty much.
I have creamer too if you want. Okay.
So those were the team players, the major team players.
And what was the original like I know we had problems with what was the stuff that led up to the war?
So a lot of things actually led up to World War One, almost to the point where it was bound to happen. It was almost inevitable.
Is that kind of like Taiwan and China now? Maybe that's a politic I shouldn't be getting into right now.
Aside from politics, not necessarily.
They said that's almost inevitable.
Right. So here's an nifty acronym. If y'all folks remember from high school, there was this acronym called MAIN.
Maine?
Yep, MAIN. M-A-I-N. MAIN. And the M stood for militarism.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All these powers in Europe were building up their militaries, right? Tanks were first used in World War One. Planes.
Yeah.
Even though the plane was just
It wasn't much, right?
Like the first flight was early 1900s, if not like 1911, 1901. Could be off in those dates, but
I think you're about right about that. I feel like I heard that somewhere too.
The Wright brothers, right?
Yes.
First flight.
But that was with the
right.
with the thing. It wasn't. Oh man, that's a totally great subject we should get into. That whole leap from
and how fast that technology was developed.
Oh my God! I think we're gonna change this topic. We're not gonna talk about World War One.
Well, we can still talk about
We're
World
definitely
War
going to, but we're going to sidetrack a little bit because that is a great topic.
We always sidetrack.
We always sidetrack. I'm a sidetracker. What can I say, guys? So the machines, look it up on your phone. What was the time frame between the first flight and technology being introduced into flight? You know what I mean? Because the first flight was basically the Wright brothers,
right?
Pushing the thing and flapping their damn wings.
If I'm not mistaken, the first flight was like 1911 or something.
Right, and then
World War One was from 1914 to 1918,
and we had propulsion. Like we had the propeller engines in World War One. So between between first flight and that is only what 3-4 years.
Mine was 1903. Okay, 1903 was the first flight, right?
Okay, 1903.
And so 9 years later.
9 years
It was
later.
when World War One started.
In 9 years, we developed the propellers, machine guns on there,
Yeah.
bombers.
Yeah. You got stories like the Red Baron.
That's insane. 9 year jump.
Yeah.
That's like that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, 1903 was the first flight by the Wright brothers.
And when we say first flight, it was not. It's like, I feel like
it was like 10 seconds.
right. And not only that, but it wasn't It wasn't technology. It was.
It was definitely technology.
Yes, but it was calculations because they created a platform that they
Yeah.
sat in and kicked. It wasn't technology itself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that in
current.
itself-
It wasn't current and shit like that.
That in
running through
itself
the machine.
is technology. So when we're
But it
speaking of
is, yeah, I see what
technology
you're
in
saying.
simple terms, like simple machines, wedges.
Yeah, those
fulcrums,
are still machines. Those are simple machines.
Yeah.
But I'm talking
That's-
about more complex.
It's
yeah.
still technology.
Still
But-
technology. Let's not take away from it. Absolutely true.
So yeah, there was just 9 years, and then we have planes in World War One, and also tanks, right? Armored cars.
Right. Which I saw a documentary on the evolution on tanks before, and they were actually it was the first. I'm pretty sure the Germans were the first one who did it. I'm almost certain. No, am I wrong? You know about this? I'm not asking. It's kind of a question.
I don't have that information.
Come on,
right now.
man, pull it up.
Pull
I would
it
use
up.
I would use ChatGPT, but we're using the phone to record, man. If you guys want to help us, hit that like button and subscribe. Maybe we'll get paid one day and buy better equipment.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. So what was the question? Well, who was the first country to make a tank? I'm almost certain it was the Germans. I don't think it was the U.S. Do you guys know? Hit that. Come on. Welcome to the chat. Wait a minute. Did I take the commenting off? Is commenting off? I think it is.
Okay, so
Oh boy. I think we're gonna have to restart this
Oh,
on
okay,
those
yeah.
settings.
You can
Community
scrap it.
moderation. No.
you can definitely scrap.
Community moderation. Live chat. Okay. Message. No delay. Public. Okay. No. People can chat.
Okay, just nobody has chatted yet.
Yeah. I guess not. All right.
You
Cool.
seeing ghosts.
Just making sure. You got 7 people. Oh, there we go. Max Speeder. It's not. I can comment. Great Britain. Great Britain. See?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for joining us. And he said it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Great Britain. Thank you.
Yeah,
And thank
Great
you for
Britain.
letting us know you can comment. We appreciate you being here, man. Hit that subscribe button. So it was Great Britain. What year?
1915. The
1915.
first functional prototype was named Little Willie,
Oh, that's right. Yes, I remember that part. Yes, Little Willie.
with
Yes.
the Mark I entering combat in September 1916.
Yes, yes, yes. And Willie was. I'm pretty sure this machine was quick. It was really fast, but it
Well-
took damage. The damage it couldn't take much, so it kept.
Well,
shitting.
tanks then were, I believe, were actually really slow. Very slow,
Yeah.
heavy, slow moving, armored.
But the Willie wasn't because they didn't. I mean, I could be wrong, but when I looked at the documentary, they wanted speed. They were
Right.
focused on
Okay.
speed.
So
So they made it light.
So there were light tanks, and then there were heavy tanks.
Right.
Right.
But so I'm saying the second version. I'm almost from the documentary. The second version did better because they put more armor on.
Yeah.
It. The first one they wanted speed and agility and this and that didn't work out for them.
And those heavy tanks, they looked like a parallelogram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
They were like
crazy.
boom, 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 boom,
Yes.
boom.
Yes. They were
Yeah.
shaped very weirdly for sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool how I totally believe that the jump. If it wasn't for all these wars, we wouldn't have those jumps in technology. You know what I mean? The fact that we were in a race to go to the moon, in a race for military upgrades, in a race for all the fact that we were in that mental space, even though we were at that time like we were scared shit with the Cuba and having
Yeah.
nuclear weapons. If it wasn't for those moments, the U.S. wouldn't be what the hell they are today. We wouldn't be as military strong and independent. We are definitely militarily independent.
Yeah.
I feel like we could definitely take on a war on our own.
Yeah.
But when it comes to other things, I feel like when we outsource our resources That's why we're getting into wars, because we don't have our own resources to take advantage of our own resources. We want.
Well, a lot of reasons why there are wars is because of resources.
It's the only
Right,
reason.
or
Absolutely.
control of control
Yeah.
of those resources.
Mhm.
So that was militarism, right? Build up of
Right.
of
So
armies,
Maine.
right?
We're talking about the acronym Maine,
right.
right? So that's military. Yep.
Right, and this is not just like with the first flight and Little Willie. It was just a whole bunch of other things building up because obviously countries had militaries before, right? And
Yeah, I feel like they knew they were going to be going to war,
Right.
and they, yeah. Sorry, continue.
and so that was
Maine.
militarism.
Militarism. I is
So actually, hold on. A was alliances.
alliance.
That's what it was. So I almost blanked on that one. A was for alliances.
He's having a glitch, guys. It's all right. Just bear with him. We haven't even done the first move. I'm sorry.
you haven't
I
done the
haven't.
first move.
Okay, my bad. Let's go, guys.
So alliances, right? So there were this system of treaties and hey, this person attacks you, I got your back, and then that set off a chain
Domino
reaction.
reaction. Yeah.
Right, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Alliances. That's
Okay.
pretty much self-explanatory.
That's the
I'd say.
A, right? And
yeah,
the
that's
I?
the A, yeah.
Independence.
No, imperialism.
Imperial. Explain imperial.
So imperialism is when a country sets out to make colonies, dominate.
Invade.
Yeah, invade, accumulate land.
Right. Make their land bigger. So basically, what Russia's doing with Ukraine.
Yeah.
They're kind of trying to expand.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that it's so much the same. I mean, he feels like he's entitled to that land because it was once Russia, but that's a totally touchy subject that I don't want to get into. Good move. And then N.
So we'll also with imperialism, right? At this time, this is when European powers starts to bolster their own empires, right? Like the British had an empire, the French had an empire,
Right, which is just another word I feel like saying for government.
more or less.
Can we more or less, right?
More or less, right?
Because didn't they all just like, I don't know. It's like a government, but just
well,
zero accountability.
they were ruled by monarchies.
Right.
Each
So
one
it's
had
not like a
kings.
government, right? Yeah.
Well, they had government, but it was a monarchy. Right?
It was a
They had-
monarchy.
they had
It's a
kings-
different kind of government.
You had kings and
They
you had
still pay
queens.
taxes and shit like that.
You
right?
had yeah.
Yeah,
there was
exactly.
still
It's
taxes,
government.
but
It's government.
You had princes, princesses,
Right,
dukes,
right.
archdukes.
Yep. And they wanted to expand that.
Yeah. And what actually propelled that, so like 30, 40, like 40 years before that, there was this thing called the Congress of Berlin. And that was held in either 1871, 1876.
The Congress of Berlin.
Congress of Berlin. And they decided, because at this time Africa was being explored.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and this is where the European powers set out colonies in Africa. Right. And so that was sort of explained today how certain borders were created.
Right.
And that being said,
With N.
without regard to the ethnicities and the natives and the indigenous people there,
Right.
so they just drew lines saying, okay, you can have this part, we'll have this part, we'll take this part.
But they just kept invading.
Well, yeah. So it was a race to who could soak up most of Africa, right? And it was between. Mostly between like Britain and France had like the most, especially France and North Africa,
Right.
like Algeria, Tanzania.
France and who? Britain?
Britain, yeah. I think Egypt was under British control. The Italians had Ethiopia.
So okay, wait. So let's roll back to the which one? Maine. What's
Maine.
the N?
The end is nationalism. Right. So nationalism is this sense of pride of your country, right? It's that feeling like patriotism.
Yeah, but in this acronym, so the acronym is MAIN, is militarism, alliance,
Alliances
imperialism,
and
nationalism.
nationalism.
So when I hear all this together, boys, that doesn't sound right. It
As
sounds like a world order, like a one world order.
kind of. I mean that we could that might be branching off into
But it doesn't it imperialism and then nationalism.
yeah. Well, that nationalism is, like I said, it's that pride, that sense of belonging
Right,
to
but
your
then
own
when
country.
you put imperialism into it,
Right. That therefore kind of we're doing this for the nation. We're doing this for the empire. We're taking this land. Like I claim this land in the name of Spain.
right?
Type.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, I get it,
Yeah.
I get it, I get it.
Or we could always circle back to United States imperialism and American empire, but that can be it for another.
Do you know what's crazy? We can actually touch on that because it's actually a really crazy subject. I actually saw a video the other day of a whole bunch of corporations, groups, a whole bunch of things that have the United States of this and. But none of them are actually like it says even on our money, even the Federal Reserve. That's not even a government thing.
It's not. It's not even federal, and it's not even a reserve.
It's neither. They're selling us fake shit. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Well, what's interesting, the Federal Reserve Act was signed in 1913, a year after the Titanic sunk.
yes, and you know what else? I heard that a lot of people who were fighting that act
Yeah.
died in
Yeah.
the Titanic. So
Yeah.
that's why exactly why the conspiracy theories started.
Like Mayor Jacob Astor.
Yes, yes. And I mean, come on, that's like the modern day 9/11, guys. If you really want to make a correlation here, I mean,
False flag.
false flag. Yeah, may they rest in peace, all of them. I don't know. Only God knows. But at the end of the day, it's just something that proves that like people have done it before. Greed takes over people. We can't, we can't sit back and pretend like that doesn't exist. That doesn't fix the problem.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next topic that I want to touch on. I'm not going to get too deep on it. I'm going through a family court session matter, right? And we talked about this, right? And a lot of people, man, just don't know what to do when they're put in a predicament where, the attorneys are not doing the right thing,
Yeah.
right? They're doing unethical things, right? And they don't know what to do. And I posted this thing anonymously, just telling people, hey, man, there's stuff you can do. You can file a grievance, you can file a motion for this, and that. People got mad. They're like, oh, you don't have a paid lawyer, and now you're mad? I'm like, you're proving my point.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Paid or not? Okay, that doesn't change my rights. That's called corruption. I have to pay for better. That's called corruption, and you're proving my point. And the whole entire he said, "Word, thank you, my brother. We appreciate you." And and I'm doing all this anonymously, which is I'm really getting a kick out of people just doing that. They're like, "Why are you posting anonymously?" Blah blah blah. It's because I'm fighting corruption, and I did it at the community board thing. I'm not gonna say what community. It's on Facebook, but I'm not gonna get any more deeper into that. I just wanted to mention it. I thought it was pretty cool. I see your little trap, my boy. You think I didn't see your trap there? Oh, why did I just check you?
Because of that.
Right. Okay. Bastard. You just made me do a full circle. I just wasted like 6 moves. This is why I can't talk and play at the same time, guys. We apologize. We're trying to keep you entertained.
Yeah.
If you don't like what we're talking about, we're trying to have some chess. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We're trying to multitask for you guys.
So this was like the ignition, right? The spark that started the whole war, right?
Oh yes, because we were originally talking about World War. We branch off a whole bunch, but we always come back to the source.
yeah.
And if you guys want to talk about a specific topic and want us to dissect something and run down the rabbit hole with you, I'm sure he has already been down that rabbit hole. Okay? So please bring up the rabbit hole. We want to get down with it. Go ahead, man. I'm going to get some more coffee while he keeps going.
So, in July of 1914, the Austrian Duke Franz Ferdinand.
What?
Yeah, that was his name.
What is it?
Franz Ferdinand, yeah.
What a name, huh?
Very, very Austrian, right?
Very Austrian.
Right. And he was in Serbia, right? And there was this Serbian nationalist by the name of Gavrilo Princip, and he was a member of this anarchist group called the Black Hand. And
The Black Hand.
the Black Hand, yep. And Homeboy was like, I'm not liking how Austria is, treating Serbia, whatever, this and that, whatever. And he's like, I got a gun.
I got a gun.
I got a gun. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah. That's where the world really took a turn. When we were able to get guns.
And so, right, there's this rally, right? And oh, by the way, Gavrilo Princip, he's 19 years old.
No way.
Yeah, he's 19.
God damn.
Yeah, at that time, 1940.
In its prime.
Yeah, still wet behind his ears.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and he's at this rally. He actually misses his chance, right? Like he can't get close enough to the Archduke, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's walking down the street, and just by like sheer here's your favorite word, coincidence.
I got a saying about that when we get to. I love that. Coincidence. I want you guys to lock in and remember that word. Go ahead and finish.
Hold on, did I move or you move?
I moved here.
Did I move here?
You did that, and then I moved here.
Okay. Boop, boop.
I'm gonna get scraped, guys.
So just by sheer whatever
Coincidence.
whatever led up to these circumstances, the Archduke's carriage is down that same street. And so Gavrilo, he's like bet. And puts a few in him.
So that's what sparked the war.
Yeah, so
World War One?
Yeah, World War One.
Was okay, I'm sorry, I need you to recap. This is what sparked World War One. Was the assassination of Duke?
Yeah, Archduke, Franz Ferdinand. And a month later, right after, deliberation and going over some stuff and that's when.
But why? But this is one man.
Yeah, but.
This is one man's action.
But here's the thing, though, right? So, I think Austria-Hungary invades Serbia.
Oh.
Serbia had an alliance with Russia. Russia had an alliance.
Yeah, that's where it fell. That's where it fell.
Yeah, so
because of the invasion.
That's where the alliance.
So what does the assassination of the Duke have to do with that invasion? Or those are two coincidences that caused the war?
So, because Gavrilo Princip was Serbian and the Duke was Austrian, they saw that as an act. We're gonna invade. We're gonna put boots on the ground.
Wow. So
and because of the system of alliances.
And why did the U.S. get involved at the very end?
That
they just wanted some licks at the end.
Well, the thing is, the Central Power, especially Germany, they was kicking butt.
Yeah.
They was kicking butt.
That's crazy, man. And they come back at World War II?
Yeah. Well, that's another story, but.
I guess, so. This is veering off question. Was Germany involved in more wars? Like, as an ally, like in the Vietnam War? No. They weren't.
No, I think the Vietnam.
Did they aid any side of that war at all? Did they always have some kind of hand in wars?
At that time, Germany was split. There was East Germany and there was West Germany. Right. So that was after World War II.
Right. Okay. But I'm saying. Okay, I guess you answered it.
Yeah.
Alright, makes sense. Alright, wait. Back to coincidences. I have this great thing. Coincidence. If you have 10 coincidences, is that within itself a coincidence? Then that's 11. How can you just call it all coincidence? No, it's God. That's what I tell him. You don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Not that I don't believe it.
Just I love that saying. I love it. Alright. Let's get to the crumb cookie, because I'm going to get scraped over here. I'm so underdeveloped, it's bad. What am I doing?
I suppose I'm at a disadvantage because I'm playing this way.
I know. Yeah. Good. I could use a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I've been playing this guy for 6 months. Haven't been able to beat him once.
So let me just
Play the music. What's up with the music? We usually have some cool, smooth music. You know what I mean? What else are we talking about? So that's the war. We figured out. This is the recap, man. A lot of people aren't here with us, but I'm still gonna do it. It's really cool.
So do it.
I'm gonna do it. World War One. It started because of the assassination of the Duke,
Yeah.
and they invaded,
Yeah.
and then it's just a domino effect from there because everybody was alliances, right?
And then with militarism, building up armies, militaries.
That also brought like almost a industrial military
Yeah.
revolution because we went from the first flight being mechanical technology by being levers to being technology itself, engines and gas and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a huge loop and we did that within 9 years. That's insane. Right?
Yeah.
As soon as I did the recap, like 6 people joined us. I don't really want to do it again. Do you guys all hear it? I don't know. Or 3.
What's also interesting about this time, right, during at the beginning of World War One, right, the United States was kind of doing its own thing down in Mexico because of
Is that when we were taking over Mexico?
No.
When we took over
No, that-
portion of
that-
Mexico?
no,
When was
that-
that? What year was that?
That was the Mexican American War was 1848. And so at this time, Pancho Villa,
Wait, are you talking about back in 1948?
1848 was the Mexican American War, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a lot of resentment between some like Mexico and the United States because like, hey, you guys took our land, this and that.
This is when we took
like Arizona, New
right,
Mexico.
right. Okay.
Right.
Damn, that was back in 1848.
Yeah.
So that happened. Wow.
Yeah.
And then
So fast forward to 1914. We got
Exactly.
we have this revolutionary named Pancho Villa.
fast forward to what year?
1914. Pancho Villa.
This is the same time around the year before 1914 too. The Federal Act thing was signed.
Yeah.
We did just mention that. Wow, we're making some really cool correlations here. I wish everybody was here from the start. These are some great correlations. There we go. This is our theme song right here. We always have this playing in the background. It goes. I love it. Ah, shoot, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I like this session.
And so this is actually my memory just got rejogged, right? This was
His glitches out.
This was actually the main reason why the United States entered World War One, right? And so beforehand, right, it was Germany was kicking butt, but it was kind of like a stalemate in the trenches, right? So at this time, the United States enters the war in 1917. What also happens in 1917 was the Russian Revolution.
Really?
Really. So,
Dude, okay.
right, so Russia had to withdraw out of the war because they had to fight their own war with Vladimir Lenin, Leon Trotsky, even young Joseph Stalin.
Okay, that's another topic. Like, what's Russia's involvement in wars then? It's not really. I mean, other than when they do wars for themselves, invading places and like that, they don't. Have they fought for other people as an ally? That's the question. I don't think I ever heard of time.
So
They fought as an ally. I could.
well, if you consider World War II, because the Soviet Union was technically there was a pact. Well,
Okay.
we're
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes. Yeah. The short
Short
answer
answer is yes.
There's a lot of
Technicals there.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Wow, we got a lot in there. Keep going.
Right. And so, right, what's interesting, right? So this guy named Lennon, right? He was
Not John. Not John.
no. Although some people might think they're the same person because John Lennon sure had some different views.
That's a different topic.
That could be a different topic. So his name is Vladimir Lenin, and he's the guy. If anyone's familiar with any old Soviet propaganda posters, you see this bald man in the trench coat going like this or like this, right?
The heavyset one?
Not the heavyset one, but he's kind of slim. He's wearing a trench coat and he's just like spread out. He's like, peace, land, and bread.
No, I never seen it personally.
No. Well,
I try not to look at propaganda posters. I'm joking.
Right.
He does a lot of research.
Well, the thing, right? So it's interesting. Also, there's also a lot of war propaganda too between the United States
Always.
was
There's
putting
always
out
war
posters.
propaganda.
The Germans were putting out posters.
Listen, if you don't think there's war propaganda even today in our own country, like propaganda within our own government,
Oh, jeez,
what do you think slandering people is?
That's a whole nother.
Yeah,
That's a whole
we
nother
always hit
lot.
too many topics at the same time. It's crazy. But yeah,
That's your move, by the way.
huh? It's my move.
Yes.
I might just call it a draw because
A draw. What?
I said a draw.
Just a draw.
It's a draw. Shake on it. You know, if you're in a tournament, I saw this too. Like I said, we just talked just a whole bunch of stuff that we know we heard of. You know, it's crazy. When you're in a tournament, if you say draw and you shake hands and the other person shakes your hand even though they were about to win, you have to ask them, no, are you declaring?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know that. I saw a video on that. You see, you would know. He's great at chess, so he would know that.
I watch videos like
Yeah, cool.
yeah. He's like
My hand is just look. He left me hanging here.
Paper Beats Rock.
He does it all the time. All right. What did I just do there? I was right here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. How you like that?
I'm not sure if that does anything.
It might scare you a little.
Scared isn't the.
It might scare you a little. Let's see. All right, go ahead though. So wait, let me recap. World War II. One.
One.
World War One. Tanks. It was basically an industrial revolution when it came to military weapons.
Well, the Industrial Revolution generally was already happening. That was like post like.
So wait, the vehicles and stuff like that came at the same time. It all came at the same time.
So that's part of it. But the Industrial Revolution started like 50 years
After.
before.
Before?
Yeah.
So how the hell didn't we have that military?
It came. You know how
It's slow. It was a slow process.
process.
But it came real
This
damn
is where
quick.
like factories, textiles.
Right. So, because I saw this also in a documentary, right? A lot of manufacturers back then that were making vehicles, it was so easy for them to convert their factories into factories to build machinery for tanks, etc.
planes,
If
ships.
that was to happen now, the cars are all technology based. We don't even have the same capability to do that. We might.
I don't know if you know this, but car companies like Rolls Royce, they have government contracts.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why they don't focus on cars. And they just make it like some of the just uniquest and the best ones once in a while.
You think every
Wow,
you
that makes a lot of
don't
sense.
you don't think like every major like top dog car automotive industry doesn't have government contracts?
Oh, absolutely. Because you know those things that came out way back then? Beep, where you at? Those Motorola's?
Yeah.
Those were walkie-talkie. That was given to the public, but they had it first. Long
So
before.
behind the scenes, whenever you see these new jets come out, like these F1 whatever.
And they are really fascinating. Like I took my time to try to look at some of those, man. They're fascinating.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Those were made by car companies.
I thought, no, some of them are made by like aero companies too.
Well, yeah, aero companies, but it's also those too. But
it's a combination.
It's a
because they're parts. So they probably make the shell.
Yeah.
Another one makes the engine, etc., etc. Yeah. Ready? Oh,
It's your move.
hurt my feelings.
So, what's also interesting at this time, right? So Vladimir Lenin was previously exiled from Russia, right? And so,
You hurt my feelings. Why'd you do that?
why would I let you do that?
It got-
I let you do something before, but you didn't see it.
Damn. Alright, go ahead. Sorry. I always cut him off.
Yeah. There's this.
It's an okay ad though.
That's okay, Ed. Yeah.
That's an okay ad.
That's okay. It wasn't like somebody shouting and. Right. So Lenin was exiled from Russia, and he made this deal with the German government.
Not. We've been muted. No way. Thank you so much, Sage. You are the bomb diggity.
Yo.
Oh my god, that happened to one of our old videos.
Yeah.
It's because my phone is cracked and it's touching itself. Pause.
So yo. So I have no idea how long we were muted.
I have no idea. I have no idea how long we were muted. I'm so upset about that. But I think it wasn't that long. I don't think it was that long.
All right, so let's ask the chat. When was the last thing you heard us talking about?
Right? Can you guys like scroll back and let me know? We're saying like 2 minutes. As you were saying, like 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Really? Only 2 minutes?
Yeah, I think 2 minutes. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so y'all guys got most of that.
Awesome. Good catch. I love you so much.
They didn't hear that part then, right? So I'll just recap, right?
Yeah.
So
we were talking about Russia. Why did we get involved into the World War One?
Right.
And it's because I'm sorry, U.S. Why got involved? Because Russia dropped out. They had their own revolution. This was in 1917.
Yeah.
But they also had a failed attempt in 1905.
Right. So the Bolsheviks, right? So for the 2 minutes that were muted, there was a failed revolution in Russia. Oh, you moved that? There was a failed revolution in Russia in 1905, and I believe that's when Lenin was exiled, right? And he was in Germany the whole time, still corresponding with his his citadel, right?
Right, still making strings happen back in Russia.
Yeah, and also during this early period too, right? Young Joseph Stalin was robbing banks to procure funds for the revolution.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God!
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's funny because you'll see he sees. Man, I love how you see the whole picture of everything. It's great. Okay.
So yeah, there was a failed revolution, right? And then so
So he was exiled.
so he was exiled. So to recap, right? He was in Germany, right? Germany sends Lenin back to Russia on a train with money, munitions.
In 1917. How did he get back to Germany to be exiled?
No, he was exiled from Russia,
Oh, okay.
not from Germany, right?
Okay.
So at this time, Germany and Russia are at war.
Right.
So what's the best course of action? Send their most number one pain in the ass
Back to the country. That's right out of the U.S. handbook. I thought I was going crazy. Nope, you're awesome.
Right.
You're
So
awesome.
kids,
Thank God
right?
you guys are on point.
So kids, that goes to show, right? If you don't succeed the first time,
Exactly.
don't give up on your dreams.
The Russians failed their revolution attempt in 1905, but they tried again in 1917, and they got it.
They got it.
They got it. They got their revolution.
Don't leave before the miracle happens.
Do not leave before the miracle happens. Amen. I think they missed that one.
That was funny the first time.
It was funnier the first
Yeah.
time. Yeah, that's what we said. We were cracking up.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
And so this provisional government is formed. The Tsar abdicates. Also, at this time, this is when Rasputin was
1917.
1917. Yeah, this was when Rasputin was doing his thing in Russia. Right. So if y'all know about Rasputin, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen, yeah, that guy. And so that could be another topic story. So we could talk about Rasputin for another time.
Yeah, that's another one.
So
that's kind of.
Yeah. So
I want to ask, how long did the war happen for again? 1914, 18?
yeah, it lasted 4 years.
So 3 years in. 3 years in, Russia dropped out.
Yep. And then the United States joins.
And what did the U.S. do? Troops?
Yeah, troops, support, fill in the gaps.
Right.
And then, there's still not. Let me.
Oh, somebody's.
Let me go ahead.
So remember I spoke about the family court matter that I'm doing and how I posted that? A good friend of mine just said, because I posted anonymously, right? He took a picture of it. He goes, because he said, dude, I just have a weird feeling this is Kalkin. And he's, bro, is this really you? I said, yep. I'm stirring up some trouble in the Columbia County community thing. Decline. He can't be calling me right now. I'm busy. Sorry, man.
Busy. So yeah, then the Tsar abdicates. This provisional government that's formed. It only lasts 6 months, and then that's when the Civil War happens in Russia between the provisional government and the Bolsheviks. And for 5 grueling years, the Bolsheviks secured their victory, and in 1922 established the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics.
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to send the link to somebody here. If you copy. Word. Go ahead. Sorry.
So, the Bolsheviks.
Remember Nick Shook?
Yeah.
Good. That's what I was sending our live to. He's doing good.
That's good.
Go ahead. Machines that is all government out there.
Hmm?
Nothing, continue on.
You said it. Anyway. Yeah, so for 5 years, right, the Bolsheviks and the provisional government.
Not yet.
And the provisional government had the civil war for 5 years. The Bolsheviks end up winning. In 1922, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics is established.
The what?
The Soviet Union.
Okay. And then that's it. Kind of ended for a little while. What came with that? When did the world?
So World War One ended in 1918, right?
Right. What was the ending of the war? That's kind of where I want to
Okay,
come
so
back
the
to.
ending of the war.
That way, that whole chapter's kind of done close.
Yeah. To the best of my memory, right, things were just kind of drawn to a close. There's a lot of things that we did.
Like, was it a party surrendered? Was it a global resolution? How exactly did it come
I
about?
believe once the United States entered, I think the Central Powers, didn't have enough oomph to them. This is when the Ottoman Empire was in its decline.
Yeah, so
Germany-
they knew a fresh body would.
Yeah, so everyone else was already beaten down already.
Yeah.
So you have the United States coming, who's fresh. It's just they're fresh.
Fresh out.
Now they're kicking butt, and they're like, and then the Central Powers they surrender.
Makes sense. Makes
And
sense.
this is the Treaty of Paris is formed. The Weimar Republic in Germany is formed.
What year's that? That's 1918?
Yeah, that's 1918. The Austrian-Hungarian Empire
A whole bunch of
dissolves.
treaties.
Yeah, so then Poland, Austria is now just Austria. Serbia, Czechoslovakia is a country. So all these new countries pop up too.
Right, because everything's kind of undone.
Yeah.
They're not really new countries. They were already.
Just the borders were redrawn, and they were given their own governments, and
Cool. Okay.
and then as we all know, this can be for another time. So World War One planted the seeds for World War Two.
No, you know what's funny? That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, it was.
So no, that can't be for next time. We're gonna get into that because I feel the same way. I feel like
It was essentially the same. It was the same war, pretty much. It just took a 20-year break.
really
Yeah.
same parties.
Same. So the Central Powers they become. At this time, right? The Ottoman Empire isn't anymore, right? So Italy is now becomes what they call an Axis power. Right? You have your allies, the Allied powers, and the Axis powers, right?
And that's kind of like a third party verifier.
Huh?
Like a third party verifier. They might go either way. You don't know. I don't know.
No, the Axis is where it was
I don't
Germany, Italy, and Japan.
So I don't just call them ally.
They were called the Axis powers.
You just didn't want to call them ally.
Well, United States didn't. Again, it wasn't originally part of at the start of World War II. So it was Britain,
I see what you're
France.
saying. Okay.
It was. I think it was just those two at the moment at first, right? It was Britain and France.
And then the U.S. came in late.
2 years later, when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor.
Savor the puppy
Yeah.
while they savor every bite of
And
quality protein.
those 20 years, 20 odd so years before, right? You have the Depression, Prohibition.
What about the Holocaust?
That was during World War II,
During?
not before it.
I thought it was before.
No,
Really?
really.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. You know how many goddamn people died during those years? That's insane.
Alone in the Holocaust?
Plus in wars? That's crazy.
Well, so I'm asking you a question. See if
The
you
amount
know
of blood.
what power suffered the most losses from World War II?
Whoever the fuck was fighting,
So
whoever the U.S. was fighting against, they lost. That's,
no, so
I don't know.
okay, so no, it was the Soviet Union. They was 27 million people.
Wow.
So it was estimated total, right? Around 60 million people died during World War II.
Just the war.
Just the war. The Soviet Union was about half of those casualties.
Hold on. World War II. How many?
About 60 million people. Give or take.
And the Soviet Union.
27. So basically half.
Wow. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How many people do you know? I mean, this is probably can't even be calculated. The amount of people that died in the Holocaust.
It was estimated around 11 million. Right, so 6 million of them were Jews. The other 5 million were homosexuals, political dissenters, gypsies, anyone who
Bro.
communists.
Are you okay? So between, you're telling me, and this is an estimate,
That's, yeah.
98 million.
Well, that 60 million was included with the Holocaust.
Wait, in World War II?
Yeah,
That 60 million is included with the Holocaust.
yeah.
So, okay. So that's everything. 60
Yeah.
million? I think that's a low number.
60 million is a low number, guys.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of bodies that we can't even account for.
Well, yeah, probably, but
You know what I mean?
generally,
That's a low
estimated
number.
numbers. But 60 million is not a lot of people. That's a whole.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But to put that in perspective, do you know any population of like states or cities? To put that in perspective, like the population of I know Catskill is like 2,000.
The villages.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
So what
our
is-
Catskills like 11,000.
Yeah.
Or
So
like
what
no,
is?
8,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. Imagine that. That's crazy. That's crazy. A lot of blood.
Yeah.
Is it my go?
Yes.
Still.
Yes.
Alright. Get this show on.
And then immediately after World War II, that's when the Cold War started.
And the Cold War was?
It was the sort of it was like a competition. It was the battle for world supremacy, because after World War II, there were only two major world superpowers in position to do anything, right? So Britain was ravaged during the war. Their empire crumbled. Shortly after, their colonies in Africa gained independence. India gained independence. Pakistan, 1947. So their empire crumbled. France too also lost a lot of colonies. And so the only two players left were the United States and the Soviet Union. And so the Cold War was this 50-year period or so, 40-year, like 44, 45-year period of just competition between the United States and Russia, or the Soviet Union. Like there was like the race for nuclear arms, the space race, a lot of proxy wars in between. Like Vietnam was a proxy war essentially. All these coups and government overthrows in the Middle East.
Wow, so the U.S. started. I felt like the U.S. learned so much.
Well, we was already doing that before, but in our early stages of imperialism.
Okay, explain that.
So, the United States was at first started off as the 13 colonies, right? And then we started expanded westward. And then there was the Louisiana Purchase, right? In 1815, they bought Louisiana, right? Which wasn't just the state of Louisiana. It was like literally from Louisiana all the way up until the Canadian border along the Mississippi River. That was the Louisiana Purchase right there.
What did they purchase that for?
I think it was at that time. I could be wrong in the numbers, but it was like 7 cents an acre, which at that time was like $15 million.
7 cents was $15 million.
Per acre.
Oh, so that was the total you're saying?
Yeah, so it was pretty much $15 million, and that was Thomas Jefferson. Oh no, not Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson or James Madison, one of those. Hold on. Who was? Yeah, it was Thomas Jefferson. He was the third president.
He did what?
I
He
think
did the treaty with Louisiana?
they bought it from Napoleon,
Mm.
and at this time Napoleon was doing his wars in Europe.
Right.
Ooh, you guys see it? You see a tactic here?
I think I do. I don't know.
Do you see a tactic here?
I think you already spotted it right away. This guy
I can
always
snatch
gets
that, right? That's a pawn. Yeah, I'm giving up the bishop, but I grab the pawn.
it. Okay. But you don't see it yet.
Can you take that pawn, though? Alright, and then after the Louisiana Purchase, right, there was this treaty. We acquired California, we acquired Florida, which was controlled by Spain. And then, so not all of our land acquisitions were by war, there were treaties, right? But still, in this,
Wait, but I'm pretty sure those were forced treaties.
out of necessity, right? Because
Okay.
at that time, during the Louisiana Purchase, Napoleon was hemorrhaging money, right? He needed money for
money.
the war. So he's like, this land isn't going to do me good right now. I can't do anything without I'm fighting my own war. Let's just take it, right?
Right.
We bought Alaska from Russia in 1867 for $7 million. And at first it was called Seward's Icebox, because the senator who went with the deal, I think his name was James Seward, and they thought he was just wasting money for a bunch of ice.
Alright, I'm just confused. Go ahead.
Jack. See how that works? And then we took over. We kind of forced our Hawaii's hand. Our Hawaii was an independent kingdom with their own queen, and we just kind of went in there and like, this is ours now, pretty much. Jack. Check. See how I did that? Checked you first before I took it. He runs towards the center, guys. Gotta do something with that. Yeah, why not? I can afford to do that. It's a clearance sacrifice, but. the Mexican American War. That's check. On the rook. And the pawn, obviously. So it's double check. You gotta move the king. Check. Check.
Ah, man, fuck that. I can't even think. Fried. God damn.
Fried is bad.
Fried.
Yeah, so, yeah, World War One, all that stuff, Maine, Russian Revolution, Pancharia, Federal Reserve, Titanic, da da da. What else?
You can get into fiat currency.
Fiat currency?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Because remember I said I not really fiat currency. That whole thing how there's a lot of things in charge of our economics, right, in the United States, right, and they're titled the United States, the America this, right, so they're misinterpreted, right, because it sounds like, okay, this is a governmental thing, this is for the, but it's actually a privately owned conglomerate that deals with our shit. I feel like that's an important topic. Maybe we can save it for another day. I want to study on it.
Yeah, man, we could keep that as a little preview, a little sneak peek, little
definitely
teaser.
coming soon. Yeah, coming soon. Next one up.
And we talk about bank wars and all that stuff.
You know bank wars?
Bank wars. Maybe for another time.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
Well, he's getting tired.
I gotta work tomorrow. 10-6.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares, man. I'm hoping to retire off this stuff, but slowly but surely, yeah. Maybe I'll retire when I beat you in a game of test.
Not gonna
I
happen.
said test. I can't even talk, right? Yeah. Tired. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me, man. You guys have a great day. Take care and God bless. Peace.
Remember, folks, if you don't succeed on your first try, don't give up on your dreams.
Exactly. The Russians didn't give up from getting their ass whooped in 1905. They kept going. The Russians are the only men left. Don't wait for the miracle. Peace.
Sheesh.
Hey, they succeeded in 1917. I can say this.
Sheesh.